Good afternoon, everybody. We have a lot that's happened today. A lot. The full news day, right? Full news day. Full news day. Hey, Kim. Good afternoon, beautiful. Good afternoon. Thank you for the shares and the likes. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the support. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Man, we got so much to talk about. You know, we're going to talk about Hulk Hogan. We're going to talk about Trump going to that construction site today thinking he was going to lie in front of the Fed chair. And the Fed chair was like, not on my watch. What you're not going to do is sit here and lie with me standing here, which makes it look like I'm validating you. Oh, no, sir. Oh, no, sir. Fed chair said, let me see that. Let me see that. He said, Trump, he's showing his age. Do you understand me? He looks like he looks like your grandpa when you're trying to show your grandpa like how to use the cell phone properly. It was kind of like that. Like Pawpaw lying about what he can do with it, and then you got to really show him what it can do. But he thought he was going to go there and tell a lie to try to force the feds to lower interest rates, and Jerome Powell wasn't having it. Now, hold on. I got to go to the little archive thing real quick so I can get to the article. Hold on. Because it's about that's a good way to be able to. There we go. Hold on for a second. Okay. That's where I want to go. Verification requires slide. I am trying to move the puzzle. Oh, I have to do it up here. Duh. Oh, they won't let me. Okay, let me reset it. Can I reset it? Okay, first, let me go back here. Sorry, hold on. I'm looking for the article. Hey, Kim. Thank you so much, Kim. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you all for joining this afternoon. I'm just trying to get access to an article. Okay, I can't see it that way. Hold on. I'm going to go through another website. Trump at construction site. I don't know if any of you saw it. And he tried to lie. And then the Fed chair said, let me see the article. I mean, let me see what you're reading or what you're referencing. And then Jerome Powell looks at it. The Fed chair looks at it and then decides, no, that's not accurate. So I'm reading from the article. It says, Trump made an unusual visit to the Federal Reserve today. He had on a hard hat, of course, because it's always about performance politics, right? Again, let us see those ankles and feet. Of all the places that Trump should have been, a construction site with ankles and feet as swollen as we know that Trump's stuff is, a construction site is not the place for him to be hanging out. But okay, we're going to continue to pretend that the president isn't having any medical issues. All right. So he went on a tour to the construction site by Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell because he was upset about the $2.5 billion renovation project. And he says, we're just taking a look at what's happening. He's so full of shit. He doesn't even know what's happening. Okay. So then Trump says, hold on, I'm scrolling down to what he says. Keep going. Everybody want to talk about everything. So, okay, Trump said that it had ballooned to $3.1 billion to do these renovations and to do what needed to be done. So then Powell shook his head when Trump said that. And then Trump said, he had this information. So then Powell said, It was a new figure that was added in the renovation of a third building because he looked at the piece of paper that Trump was referencing. Because Powell was like, well, let me see what you're looking at. So then Trump gave him the paper. Powell looks at the paper because I looked at the footage. I saw the video. Powell looks at the paper, and then Powell tells him, in a nutshell, you guys are trying to include another thing on top of this, and it's not a new thing. Like, nah, that's not really what happened. And so, again, Trump keeps trying to tell tales. He keeps trying to lie. But what I noticed about that interaction more than anything is this. Trump is only as strong as the person he's standing next to, right? Ingrid, beloved. Ingrid, go somewhere, make a sandwich. Bye. You so upset that I'm talking about your master. Calm down, relax. I'm just making observations. Okay? I'm just making some observations, right? Now I'm gonna tell you what I noticed in that, yeah, she gone. Yeah, she got booted. So, something I noticed in that Powell-Trump interaction. Trump is only as strong as the person that's standing next to him. Meaning, if the person standing next to him is weaker than he is, then he looks strong. But if they're stronger than him, he looks weak. Because he can't run that game on everybody. Like he tried to run on Powell. I'm just going to tell a lie while he's standing here. And I'm going to see how he reacts to me telling this lie. And understand, Trump is a habitual line stepper. So if he sees that you will allow him to lie, which is ruining your credibility at the same time, especially if you're a person and you know it's a lie, but you don't say nothing, then he going to go a step further again. And he'll keep moving the line until after a while, you don't have any power at all. Look, you don't believe me? Look at Marco Rubio. Look at Marco Rubio. Look at the Republican Party. All Trump did was continue to move the line, and it worked every time. He just kept moving the boundary. Exactly. Jerome said, not with me, and Trump can't fire him. So you know he's frustrated. But again, we're not going to change the narrative of Trump is in those Epstein files, and Trump has known since May. Yep, that's the truth. Trump has known since May that he's in those files, which when you combine it with the report that was made that the FBI was told to mark every place in which Trump is identified in the files, right? I have to ask the question, why are multiple government departments, why is Congress, why are they working so hard to cover up the president's association with Jeffrey Epstein or Trump's name in the Epstein files and documents? Why? If Trump didn't know anything about what his friend was doing, never participated in any of that stuff, why? Why? I'm telling you, again, we all know the answer to it. But again, I said from the beginning, Trump was playing this wrong because he's playing it like he's guilty. That's how he plays it. That's how it presents itself. So it really doesn't matter what paperwork comes out. You know what I'm saying? Because how he's moving makes it, if it looks and quack like a duck, it's a duck. You know? Hey, Burlicious. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, a normal person would be considered an accomplice or guilty by association. You're absolutely correct. But you know what is happening? Hey, Jess. Hey, beautiful. Rich people are trying to get you to go. Listen, when it comes to us, though, we're not expected to know what our rich friends are into. But you, working class people, you're expected to know everything all of your friends are into. Because we're going to hold you accountable for your associations. But you can't hold us accountable for ours. Think about it. For those of us who've had to have jobs where you have to have background checks, they go through, knowing who you know, places you live. Hey, our associations can have a huge impact on our ability to be employed. But yet rich people want to say, no, don't pay attention to our associations, though. It's different with us. We got money. We're busy. How can you expect us to know? Because you got so much money, I expect you to be more hyper aware of who you associate with. Understand? Because they got the money to do background checks willy-nilly on people that they might associate with. So that's all the more reason for me to go, well, that's all the more reason for me to expect you to know the people that you're dealing with. I'm not letting them get away with it that easy. I'm not allowing it to happen that easy. Because when you let it happen that easy, when they're able to get away with it like that, Trump just keeps moving the line. Just keeps moving the line. And just so y'all know, a top Justice Department official has visited Ghislaine Maxwell. Ask yourself why. The president said it was all a hoax. The president said none of this stuff existed. So why are they visiting her? Why are they visiting her? Now I'll tell you this. If she gets a pardon or some type of sweetheart deal, then I got to ask another question again. Republicans say they love children. And my question is, do you really? It's not possible for you to love children and promote that, because that doesn't make any sense. That the Trump administration would be meeting with her for what? They have all the information that they need. She's already been convicted, so meet with her for what? Hello. Meet with her for what? Hey, Miss Thompson. Hey, Dan. Well, they think they owning the libs. That's the sad part. But they getting, and what did I tell y'all? Didn't I tell y'all this whole Epstein thing again was going to expose more people? Because if they act like this doesn't matter, imagine what they do in their personal life. If they hear about somebody vulnerable being violated, they're going to act like they don't know nothing. They're going to act like it's not that big of a deal. Think about it. If they'll act like it's not that big of a deal for their president, why would you expect them to act any better in their personal life? You're absolutely right. I believe they are trying to secure her silence so that they can make sure that she doesn't say anything else, because she's the only other person outside of the files and information that probably is going to come up missing before Trump leaves office, just so y'all know. So just in case if some liberals come behind the Trump administration, they don't want nobody else digging in those files. Understand that. They're going to make sure of that if they don't make sure of anything else. They're going to make sure nobody else gets to dig in those files. Aren't they trying to lower the age? I'm not sure. I've heard people say that, but I haven't seen anything about that. I don't think Trump's going to resign. His ego's too big. Even if he would resign, he ain't about to give it to fucking J.D. Vance. Not J.D. Vance. He don't even think J.D. Vance got the backbone enough. And understand, the caucus ain't shook on J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance is not enough to get them to move to do things. Trump is the thing to get them to do things. Because for whatever reason, they're afraid of Trump. Hey, Renita. Good afternoon, beautiful. You act like somebody's going to really happen. Why are you upset, beloved? I'd be upset that I'm not at 100 followers yet. Bye. Like, what are we doing? Mr. Give Me a Third Term would never resign. Well, just note that the way that proposed bill is written, it's not to even give Trump a third term more than it's to give J.D. Vance one. So if I were Trump, I'd be concerned about the fact that it's set up to help J.D. Vance, not Trump. You know what I'm saying? The living victims know, and they can. Yeah, that's true. I saw a video earlier with a woman talking about her experience with Epstein. Again, there's more going on here than we know, and I do believe it's a lot deeper than we're aware of. And I'm not sure if we're going to get all the answers in these 4 years, because the Trump administration is going to work really hard to make sure that we don't. But I wonder, why does she need to be visited? Why? Because I figure she needs to be visited because there's a concern about what might be said about the president and his associations with Epstein and things that may have happened during his time hanging out with friends. That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Something else that just came out that, it again is an impact. It's showing us, I don't know how many of you may work for this company, but it's showing us the impacts of Trump's economic policy. This is why I say isolationism is very expensive for America. Racism is expensive. Misogyny is expensive, right? And being anti-immigrant is expensive. Okay? All of that shit's expensive. Intel is to lay off 15% of workers and to cancel billions in projects in bid for rebound. They're like, yeah, they're just not going to do it. I told y'all, when these rich people are trying to hang on to their money, the first people they're going to get rid of, the first resources they get rid of are us. Hey, Savage, too bad nobody can see what you wrote, beloved. Even TikTok knows nobody here would care. Bye. See you next time. Ciao. See you next time. So, if Intel laying off 15%, and this is usually what it ends up being like. Ciao. I saw this earlier. I'm like, this is how they act. These people isn't this the same crowd that was running around before the election, the fuck your feelings crowd? We don't care about what nobody say. Trump coming back. We don't have to be politically correct anymore. We don't have to care about nobody's feelings. But they come to this live every day, sensitive as fuck. You want to have a conversation, I'm all for having conversations, but I don't understand the need to be overly sensitive for somebody that doesn't care about you. Thank you so much, Renita, for your support. I appreciate you subscribing. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, beautiful. So I don't get that mindset, I finally saw the stuff for the South Park. Y'all, South Park knocked it out the park. Can I say, they knocked it out the park, okay? They knocked it out the park. I knew that Satan was going to be sassy as hell because he's a sassy queen, okay? He is a sassy queen. So I had anticipated that anyway. I already knew. I said, oh, it's going to be Satan. Oh, he's a sassy, messy bitch. Okay? Satan is a messy bitch. But when little Trump climbed in there, hunty, listen. I'm just not in the mood. I'm not in the mood right now. Listen, South Park is going to be so good. And I've read an article before I came in the live that says their new contract gives them 100% creative freedom. 100%. So the network, all the network can do is cancel them. That's it. But they still got to pay them. So no matter what, they have to pay these people. So either way, so I like the fact that they get full creative control. Oh yeah, Trump is tearing up our economy. Now I want to tell y'all something else that I found out. I researched this myself today. I went on pay.gov, right? Pay.gov is the Treasury website, right? I'm going to go on there right now while I'm sitting right here, right? So, because I saw an article, I was like, no way. It's no way. So, let me go on pay.gov for myself and see, if this is true. So I go on pay.gov, and I'm going to put up a video about it. I already recorded it. I just didn't put it up yet. So I go on pay.gov, and what do I see? I see an option, y'all. It's called Gifts to Reduce the Public Debt. They are taking donations. They are even taking PayPal and Venmo. We so ghetto. PayPal and Venmo donations towards help in lowering the national debt. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Donations. I'm feeling like dude from, with their playoffs. I'm like that. Donations. Go on there yourself. You will see pay.gov. When you go to pay.gov, right, you're going to scroll all the way down, and it's an option for make donation. make a donation or contribution. And you're going to click see all options. And after you click that, you scroll down and you hit gifts to reduce the public debt. And you hit continue and it'll show you everything. What? What? We already pay taxes. Donation. Shit, I already donated. You took it out my damn paycheck. If you actually made rich people pay their damn taxes, you could pay off the debt. But they so busy wanting to protect rich people, so rich people don't have to pay taxes, they want to shake us down double time. So they shake you down with having to pay rich people's fair share and then turn around and ask us for donations again. Man, get out of here. Exactly. The Doge money got eaten up, honey, when they gave tax cuts even more to the rich to make them more permanent and more of a tax cut to rich people and corporations. So all of those Doge cuts are wrapped. Exactly. You can't make this shit up. This is the worst movie ever. I can't wait until it's over. Like, what? This place is so ghetto. Make it just so ghetto. I'm like, oh my goodness. And Doge didn't really save any money. It was just an exercise for Elon Musk paid to come in and bust up agencies that were investigating his companies. And once he was done doing that, Trump didn't see a need for him anymore and said, okay, his time had run out and Trump wasn't going to renew it because he had served his purpose, getting Trump reelected. Trump didn't care. He wasn't making a long-term partnership with Elon. See, Elon didn't understand. Daddy Trump said, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. That's what he didn't understand. That's what he didn't understand. And by the time he figured it out, it was too late. So now Elon's on the outside looking in. And y'all see that Tesla stock is still dipping. That thing is still dipping. Because again, without all those federal credits, who's running out buying a Tesla? Or any electric car for that matter. Why would you? Why would you buy an electric car without some federal incentive? When you go to that car dealership, you're going to buy what's cheapest. That's the most economical that makes your money stretch. Before, you got a federal incentive. You got a federal tax write-off that lessens your payroll tax liability. That's why you did it. We got to be honest about it. The government knew it. That's why they gave you the tax credits. That's why they gave you the tax credits. Because they knew that it would get you, you know what I'm saying, to do that. Yep, and the rich people, exactly, are not buying it. Elon is a bigger self-owned than Target. I'm serious, a bigger self-owned than Target. You say you live in Texas, the heat and the car batteries. Yeah, see, and again, you can't have it in really extremely hot places, but you can't have it in places with snow either because it doesn't work good in snow. You understand? It's a car that you can have in like California, but the problem is he done pissed off liberals who were really the core audience for buying electric cars, renewable energy vehicles. Conservatives were not knocking down the doors to buy Teslas. They want gas guzzlers. They want dualies. They want diesel engines, shit like that. They were not beating down the door to buy fucking Teslas. They only started buying Teslas when Elon decided he was a Trumper. That's the only time they started. I don't feel bad for Elon at all because he was not well-meaning and sincere. No, sir. No, you shouldn't have muted Fred. You shouldn't have muted him. You shouldn't have muted him or blocked him. Real stuff. Oh, no. He was a troll. Never mind. You did right. I was wrong. I looked at the account. He had 1 follower. You are absolutely correct. There was some mess in there. But you're right. In piggybacking on that, Elon was not sincere. You can't support apartheid and be sincere. Get out of here. You can't support apartheid and be sincere. He's a crisis actor. And he was sent in. You know how Republicans love to say crisis actor? That's what Elon was. He created this fake thing about government spending all this money and he was going to come in and fix everything. Hey, Miss Fifi, but he didn't do any of that. What he did was come in and bust up stuff that was investigating his businesses. And in the end, because he fell out with Trump, his businesses will still be investigated by the feds. I guarantee it. Watch. I guarantee it. Watch. Because see, he's made an enemy out of the Trump, from Donald Trump. You understand? He's made an enemy because of Trump. And Trump is petty. He don't forget that he don't like you. When he don't like you, he don't like you. See, it's one thing to like you and not like you and respect you. That's how you look at Nancy Pelosi. He talk all that shit, but he respect Nancy Pelosi. Elon, he don't respect Elon. Because he think Elon's a sucker for paying all that money to get him elected, knowing that Trump ain't loyal. Come on, Trump knows who Trump is. And Trump is thinking, shit, I wouldn't give money to a guy like me because I know that I'm not loyal to anybody but me. So I damn sure wouldn't do it. I'm just telling you how I would think. If I was the type of person that Trump is, anybody that lets me take advantage of them, off a break, I just don't trust them. Because you soft. I know you soft. Because you just let me, I'm not even putting hands on you. All I'm doing is talking to you. And I'm able to get you to do things you say you don't want to do, but obviously you want to do them because you doing them. Because see, at every moment I can say, I didn't make you do nothing. All I did was talk to you about it. You chose to do it. You understand? That's how people like Trump are. So if you're not a strong-willed individual, if you're not a person of good, strong character and morals and have enough of a backbone to say no to stuff, well, guess what? You're going to sit there and be a part of shit like that. And that's what a lot of them are doing that, but a lot of them are banking on the cover of presidential immunity. I'm telling you, a lot of them are banking on Supreme Court covering all of them and every single piece of their legal behavior, because as long as they're doing it in the commission of doing work for the executive branch, it's not illegal. So then if that's true, then what the hell is Tulsi Gabbard talking about? See, again, because if we use conservative logic, Obama, according to her, and what she talk about, Obama committed no crime anyway, right? Because the executive is above the law and can do whatever it wants to do, right? So what the fuck is Tulsi bitching about? This is why I tell you, I pay attention and I connect all the dots. You understand? You understand? I pay attention. I pay attention. If Trump is above the law because he's president, we know she's a Russian asset. She's been a Russian asset. But if Trump is above the law because he's the executive, then so is Obama. So is Obama. It's not like that just started. Even though conservatives would love to say, oh, we just started doing that. No, that's not how this works. That's not how this works. No, we didn't just start doing this. That's why y'all got to hold them accountable. Hey, Deisha. Hey, good afternoon, beautiful. Elon and Trump are egomaniacs. Yeah, they live day by day. Yeah, I agree. And that's one of the reasons why Trump does a lot of crash out is the insecurity. But a lot of the people who believe in the stuff that Trump believes in have the same insecurities. You understand? They got the same insecurities. Ain't no difference. Ain't no difference. That's why they bark so loud about Trump. Because they have the same insecurities. They're mediocre too. The only difference is they broke. See? That's the difference. Trump got money. See, you can be mediocre and rich. You understand? You can be mediocre and rich. Nobody's really going to say shit because at the end of the day, you got money. You got money. Because there's also an expectation and an assumption that people with money are smarter than people who don't have money, which is not true. But that's the assumption that society gives, right? So these people, they think, hey, I'm just like him. No, you're not. You don't have no money. So you're not given that special consideration when you don't have money. That's the catch. That's the catch. So, I just look at all of this and I go, people claim they see so much of themselves in Trump, in themselves. Yeah, a good day with that. You said Hulk Hogan, hold on, I'm trying to open up some other things. Hulk Hogan's, hold on. It still won't let me select your comment. I see your comment, though. Hulk Hogan had a good day. Listen. Didn't I tell y'all stuff happened in threes? Didn't I say it? Didn't I say it? And then I saw somebody had an AI picture. It had Ozzy Osbourne, Malcolm Jamal Warner, and Hulk Hogan. No, sir. No, ma'am. I didn't nothing. I even said hide for 30 days. I refuse to see anything from this account anymore for 30 days. These are shenanigans. Okay? I know a lot of things. Listen, I know Ozzy wasn't rocking with no fucking Hulk Hogan. And I damn sure know Malcolm Jamal Warner wasn't rocking with Hulk Hogan. Like, get out of here. I was like, nah. Because I know some of y'all saw my Hulk Hogan video. And I know some people were confused at first. Because some people were mad at me at first. I could tell they didn't watch the whole video. Because if they had watched in enough, they would have known that I wasn't having this bleeding heart or this sorrow for the fact that Hulk Hogan is no more. I was like, nah, this is an opportunity to say who he really is and not who people are going to try to pretend that he is in memoriam. Yeah, I saw that Chuck Mangione passed. That had me like, oh, man, because I have one of his albums in here because I have my mother's record collection. So that hit me in the feels. That one hit me in the feels. I didn't give a shit about Hulk Hogan. Oh, another angry black woman. Yet you're here, angry black man. So let me send you packing. Ain't that something? I'm an angry black woman, said the angry black man. Oh, you're marry me. I'm like, no, you didn't. What they say, no, you did not. Not here, not never, no, never. Okay? But I'm like, man. When again, I look at all of this stuff and go, I wanted to tell y'all too. Remember I told y'all earlier about Candace being sued by Brigitte Macron. If Obama, hold on, let me stop for a second. Arturo, I want to tell you something real quick. If Obama's on the list, why won't Trump release it? Don't you think Trump should release the list since Obama's on the list? Why is he protecting Obama, Arturo? Are you talking with your 17 followers bot account? Bye. I just wanted an opportunity to set that straight before I booted that bot. They understand and appreciate their stature. They are the product. Say it again, product of white privilege. Say it again. Say it again. If Obama was on the list, man, say it again. If Obama was on that list, Trump would have released it on inauguration night. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? He would have released it on inauguration night. Would have had a special press conference. Would have had flying jets, everything. Get out of here. This is what I do know. The people that Trump hates are not on that list. That's what I do know. The people that Trump wants, MAGA, to be mad at all the time are not on that list. What I think I do know is the people that MAGA loves are on that list. Look at the conservative influencers already trying to convince MAGA that they shouldn't care about this. Look at it. Look at it. That they shouldn't care about it. But I'm telling you, I think Elon Musk is playing for bots to be out there to keep that pot stirring. See what I'm saying? He's keeping the pot stirring too. Everybody is keeping the pot stirring. Oh, they said it's thousands of pages in which his name is mentioned. That's some of the alleged reports. Trump himself was on that. Yeah, right. Yeah, Elon tweeted it, then deleted it because he didn't want to be charged with anything. But he was right, though. Because Trump loved to sue people. But then at the same time, Elon got money, and he's smart enough to know you can sue me if you want to prove that I'm lying. Or better yet, it's really on Elon to prove stuff. But then he might do FOIAs. See, he got long money to FOIA government a lot to keep requesting records. See, that's what happens when you mess with somebody else who has money and resources too, because then they're able to use those money and resources. Yeah, you're right. There's something in the morals and the conscience of a lot of folk that you look at all of this and you go, how long are y'all going to shift the line before y'all start holding your own party accountable? At some point, you got to hold people accountable. At some point. But it seems to me that Republicans just don't want to do it. Have you heard about the bots on Twitter? No. What did the bots on Twitter say? Because see, I don't have a Twitter, so I don't hang out over there. I only know about what I see in the news or something like that in relation to Twitter, because I don't have a Twitter account. So, like, what are they saying over there? Thank you for the follow, Birdie Girl. I appreciate that. I'm still laughing. Yeah, and a lot of Twitter's a mess. So I closed my account, erased my data, and left. I know Elon has it backed up, but I left. Y'all see that dude that moved his family to Russia because he said he wanted to help out over there, and they don't put him on the front line. That's when keeping it real goes wrong. Listen, people are so you could that's what happens when you pay attention to propaganda. And you don't know the difference between propaganda and facts. Facts. He was so upset about gay people. Okay, now you in Russia. Now you ain't got no rights. You gonna do what the government tell your ass to do. And your ass, you know what they told your ass? Get on the front lines. You don't get to pick and choose what you do here. Broham. I don't know what you used to doing in America, but this ain't America. Okay? This is Russia. So I don't feel no pity for him. You know what? I'm like, that's what that took uprooted his entire family. Wife online begging for money. I wish I would. Ciao. Okay, now listen to this right there. Just like what I said, right? About how you gonna say Obama did anything illegal when, according to the Supreme Court, presidents have immunity. Now watch this. Now listen. Uh-oh, look. I need to unmute in order for it to work. Okay, listen.
The accountability what is the accountability that you would like to see if the current president is the one who brought the case to the Supreme Court and Chief Justice Roberts made clear in his opinion that a sitting president's responsibilities in office cannot lead to prosecution, immunity. So what is it the President Trump wants regarding President Obama, given that fact? And the special counsel at the time, Durham, when that Supreme Court matter was not in effect, could have charged anyone and did not. So on those 2 points, how do you respond?
Look, the president has made it clear that he wanted these documents to be declassified. He wanted the American people to see the truth, and now he wants those who perpetuated these lies and this scandal to be held accountable. As for what accountability looks like, as the director said, it's in the Department of Justice's hands, and we trust them to move this ball.
Now, it ain't in the Department of Justice's hands because Obama has immunity. Obama has immunity, ain't shit they can do. Ain't nothing they can do, right? Because that's what they wanted for Trump. They were so focused on protecting Trump's ass that they set precedent for all the presidents. They can't mess with Joe Biden. They can't mess with Bill Clinton. They can't mess with none of them. They can't, well, no crime, I know no crimes were committed, but even if they wanted to make up crimes, the courts say there can be no crime when you're a president. The court said presidents are kings. That's what the court said. To save Donald Trump's ass, right? And to further push that conservative agenda. Like I was thinking earlier, right? Because earlier upstairs on my television, right? You know how you can watch those old TV networks where you have the old TV shows? And Family Ties was on. And it was a scene on, it was at the point where they had another baby, and Alex was teaching the little brother all the stuff about being a Republican and this, that, and the other. And I thought about it. Conservatives talk so much shit about Hollywood, saying Hollywood indoctrinates people, all this stuff. But they don't say nothing about how Hollywood indoctrinated millions of Americans into believing in Reaganomics, conservatism. They don't talk about that shit. We're still dealing with that to today. Still to today. They made, Reaganomics, they made being a conservative look cool, empathetic, compassionate. And it's none of those things. It's none of those things. You divide people now. Then why are you here, Blue? You know the divide? The block button. Bye. The fuck? Get out of here. But it made me think, like, conservatives never complain about that. So as long as Hollywood pushes the conservative agenda, they love it. They love it. They only don't like it when it's a polar view that they don't agree with. Then it becomes a problem. That's what I don't understand. That's what I don't understand. It's just weird to me. But I paid attention to that. I caught that today. I said, how come conservatives never talk about that? Seems to me they're more upset that there's not enough conservative points of view on scripted TV. They could very well create them, but you know why they don't create them? Because nobody would watch that shit. And that's the truth. That shit is boring. That's why. Nobody wants to see some fucking goody two-shoes that claims they always make the right choices. They never do anything wrong. Because guess what? All of us know that's a lie. People want to see reality. They want to see what's real. That's a lot of reasons why people don't watch as much scripted TV as they used to. That's why they spend a lot more time watching things on social media being their television now. Because they want real. They don't want script. They always claim somebody trying to divide something, but the division is you're talking about things that expose who they are. You're being divisive. God forbid you tell people who they really are. Oh, you're being divisive. Just like when when conservatives were so upset about CRT, they were upset because their children were learning truth in history. Real American history about America. And those kids were coming home asking questions that their parents either didn't have enough information and education to answer, or they were in their feels about it and extremely sensitive and felt threatened. Or they were just outright racist and prejudiced, so they was just going to be that. And don't like reality and real information being taught to children. Yeah, I agree with you. That's why conservatives love Leave It to Beaver. Oh, they love Leave It to Beaver. They love shows like Leave It to Beaver, Little House on the Prairie. They love shit like that. They love shit like that. But none of those things, think about what's the common theme with all of that. The woman just cooking food, taking care of kids. That's all she's relegated to. That's all she does. Because the guy's the breadwinner. He brings home the food. He brings home the bacon and the money. That's not a reality even for what's happening in life right now. They want to sell that to Americans. But the thing is, you can't sell that to Americans when it's not their reality. Hey, Big Mama. You can't sell it. You can't do it. It's impossible. Right. All that with pearls on. Ciao. But it doesn't match reality because nowadays, most people can't afford to do it all by themselves. It's expensive out here. Married couples got to combine money. Not, okay, now we're married, one of us can quit working. The fuck? No, we not. No, we're not. What we're going to do is double up on this money, and we're going to get this money, both of us, so we can build this damn empire, because guess what? We ain't going to be able to build it if only one of us is working. We ain't going to never get ahead like that. Except if you supposed to be fucking Usher Raymond. Like, what? Outside of that, both of us got to work. And that's crazy. 3-4 job income for a couple. That's insane. But you're right. You got to have a job. Most people have full-time jobs, part-time jobs, and side hustles. Just to make it. Not to live extravagantly. Remember, back in the day, you used to have part-time job. You got a part-time job because you were saving for your wedding. You know what I mean? You were saving for a house. So you got a part-time job. And all the money in your part-time gig went towards that goal. Because it could. You understand? It could. Because your full-time money went to all your other things and you was good. But your part-time money could go to your goal. Not now. Not now. It's not possible. Oh, I feel sorry for the young people too, because the way the system is set up, it's not set up for the young people to get to where they need to get to. It's not set up for that. It's set up for them to fail. Say it again, girl. I don't know nothing about no pension, and I'm 50. And I'm 50. Hey. I guess that was Heidi Mae Jackson. I guess she don't know nothing about no pension either. Yep, and still can't afford a house, even after all of that. Oh, say it. Listen, Bonnie hit on it. Marriage isn't good for women because if it was, conservatives would take it away. Facts. Dwayne said, according to the picture, it's the Epstein files because he could cheat on his taxes next year. Thank you so much, Coping Zombie. I'm sitting up here having the heat flash of the gods, so I got my little fan on. I got my little fan on right now because I need it. I'm what they say, I'm breaking. I'm melting. I'm trying to look and see what else may be popping that we don't know about. And people are thinking that South Park attacked Trump viciously. Technically, honestly, that's not the worst thing I've seen South Park do. Okay? People are sensitive as hell. I'm like, yo, did they forget those South Park Michael Jackson episodes? Bruh. When he was popping up in the chair in the beds. Did we forget? Did we forget those? Hi, I'm Michael Jackson. Did we forget those episodes? Did we forget the Saddam Hussein episodes? I'm like, these people, where have they been? What rock have they been under? South Park has done way... You know what? If these people are this sensitive about South Park, they better not see Team America World Police. I'm telling you, if they see Team America World Police, they're going to be mad. They're going to be mad. Because that movie's fucking hilarious. Every time that movie comes on, I watch it. America! Fuck yeah! Man, that's my movie right there. That's one of my favorites. Okay? That movie is awesome. Because it is making fun of so many damn... It's making fun of everybody. Everybody. Kim Jong-un, they go after him so bad. I'm so hungry inside. Listen. I might have to watch that this weekend. Hey, JK. And while I'm speaking of Team America World Police, Sharon's never seen it. I'm not going to tell you nothing. I'm just going to let you come into it. I'm just going to say this. When you watch it, don't have no young kids around. I'm just going to say that. Don't have any young kids around not to watch that movie. Y'all, when they Durka. Listen. Durka. No, it's not claymation. They're puppets. Listen. When he went through the transformation, honey, and they stuck those hairs on his face. I was like, bruh, not even looking no different. Who the hell he supposed to be fooling? Last thing I'm going to say. Listen, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Listen, that's my damn movie right there. I love me some damn Team America World Police. That movie is hilarious. That movie is a great movie. It was perfectly executed. Perfectly. I can't complain about it at all. I just cannot complain about that movie. That was a great daggone movie. Okay, now y'all listen. I want y'all to hear the exchange between Jerome Powell and Donald Trump, right? Remember, I read it to you earlier. I want y'all to hear it. How Jerome wasn't having it. Listen.
So we're taking a look, and it looks like it's about 3.1 billion. It went up a little bit, or a lot. So the 2.7 is now 3.1.
I'm not aware of that.
Yeah, it just came out.
Yeah, I haven't heard that from anybody at the Fed.
Yeah, it just came out.
Our notes said it about 3.1 as well.
3.1.
3.2. This came from us.
Yes. I don't know who does that.
Are you including the market renovation? You just added our entire capital. Yeah, you just added in a third building. Is what that is. That's a third building.
Well, no, but it's a building that's being built.
No, it was built 5 years ago. We finished Martin 5 years ago.
So it's part of the overall work.
But it's
So,
not new.
So we're going to take.
Child, he tried to lie. Jerome Powell said, no, sir. And that other voice you heard was that groveling ass Tim Scott. Was right. No, it was 3.1. Lying ass. Jerome Powell said, no, sir. Neither one of you gonna sit up here and lie on us. That building was finished 5 years ago. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. Child. And you know afterwards Trump was mad. You know he was mad. And you know right now he's plotting on getting at Jerome Powell. Man, Tim Scott, listen, did he get married yet? That's I'm about to look that up. Let's look up important news. Did that ever happen? That's what I want to know. No, let me check that. Yeah, let's check that. Oh, he actually did. In August. Child, we're supposed to believe that. Child. It don't take nobody that long to find nobody. Now, I'ma find out about the missus, right? Okay, let's see. Claiming he's an introvert. Bullshit. Is that what they call it? Is that what Lindsey Graham calls it too? He's an introvert. I mean, come on. What do they take us for? Let me see. Because they still don't tell us like how long they dated. You understand? They don't tell us nothing. How long they dated. They just say he revealed he was in a serious relationship in May 2023. They don't tell me nothing. And then he popped the question in January 2024. That's really fast. That's really fast. Let me see. I'm still looking. Apparently they met at church. Let me see. He don't want to drag her on the campaign trail. Talking about he can't imagine doing that to her. That's bukkakiness. He's full of shit. We all know why he's not taking her on the campaign trail. That's not good optics if he wants to stay getting elected in South Carolina. But okay. They still don't say how long they dated. And her job, she was an interior designer for a boutique real estate company. So she basically she staged houses. Y'all see how they talk when you come from a little bit of money or some connections? That's why I tell y'all better learn to make your resume sound a lot fancier, to make your job sound fancier, okay? Because she basically staged houses. But according to People magazine, she works as an interior designer for a boutique real estate company. So she fucking stages houses. Why are we listen, I can't with people. Seriously, I had to read it again because I'm reading other things beneath the article going, well, wait a minute. Okay, she worked for a real estate agency, so she staged houses. Why are we talking like this is something else? She served as a design and renovations consultant. Okay, so she was a design and renovations consultant for Atlantic Properties, a boutique real estate agency based in Charleston. Okay, so she was a consultant. So she wasn't a designer. So she was probably the person that helped you pick out, if you want marble, what color paints, the options they have for cabinets, the different options they have for layouts and stuff. But she wasn't like, okay. And then her quote, in the recent years, I have developed a passion for home design, specifically renovating and designing homes with coastal elements and modern flair. How does that keep food in the refrigerator of the people of South Carolina? I'm just asking. Y'all know? How does that do that? Because I don't know how to do it. Exactly, Sharon. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. That was my thought too. Like, girl. That's like a friend. That's like somebody and you ain't seen them in a long time. You're like, hey, how you doing? Where you working at now? Oh, right now, I'm working as an interior designer for a boutique real estate company. And that's what you say, girl. So you stage houses. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Girl, you don't have to fake with me, sis. I thought we were friends. You don't have to pretend that you're doing something that you're not doing. Come on. And I'm looking. Look, thank you all so much for me reaching my goal today. Thank you so much. No subscribe chain. Yeah, I so we don't know how long they dated. That we don't know. Oh, but I did find out she has 3 adult children. So we're not having no babies. Yeah, she has 3 adult children already. No, Sharon. Come on. Sharon, come on. Come on, Sharon. Now, if you're going to tell a joke, at least put a smiley face with it. You know the answer to that question. Come on. That's like asking who's Candace is married to. Come on. Now, okay. So I'm checking somebody else. Okay, so she was an interior designer at Atlantic Properties, a real estate firm. Let me see. They were introduced through a mutual friend. They got engaged in January, and then they got married in August. Because they got engaged around the time when he was trying to, act like he was going to run for something. He also added at the show, yeah, they still don't say how long they dated. I don't know. Something about it just seems very odd to me. Just seems very odd to me. Oh, I got an update for y'all. Okay. I'm going to show you a picture. It's not the actual people. Okay, you see this picture right here? Now, I know it's Trump and Epstein, but you know what it's based on, right? Y'all remember that cold plate thing, right? We got an update that has happened. It's getting worse for that man. This is only just the beginning. Apparently, the Coldplay concert was just the beginning. It's getting worse for him. He's a degenerate, okay? Listen to this, honey. I just saw the article, honey. Okay, they're saying now, right? He's now having, okay, so his some chick from OF, and y'all know what OF is, right? She leaked private messages exposing his interactions. I'm sorry. No. His wife leaked the messages. Oh, goodness. That he was having with an OF creator, Sophie Rain. And he sent her $40,000, y'all, worth of messages. OMG. Sis got the bag. Do you hear me? $40,000 worth of messages. This man paid this woman. Whoa. He used the Finsta app, and he paid up to $40,000 for her to send him a video and to do telephone calls with her. And in one message, oh, that doesn't matter. And then, yeah. Oh my gosh. So it just is getting worse and worse for him. So it wasn't just him. He was all over the place. Bruh was all over the city. Do you understand? You understand? Right. They paid him and then they talk anyway. Proving again, if you do it and you just got to expect that it's going to come out. You understand? You just have to anticipate that it's going to come out. Or you got to buy the right things. Like, you got to be like setting them up for life. Like they got to be on the payroll to stay quiet. That if that information gets out, they won't be on the payroll no more. But you can't just give a chick 40 grand and think she's going to stay quiet forever. Listen, in this economy, that 40 grand won't last long. Understand? Sis going to be back out there like, listen, who's next? Like, y'all saw that the Shannon Sharp, that thing with the girl, with that other lady, that the settlement has been reached. And the rumor is it's like nobody knows, but the rumor is that she got like $30 million. But needless to say, she got so much money, she retired from OF the other day. And me being the person that I am, I made sure to trigger a couple of weaklings on the internet. And I wrote, rest easy, queen. Listen, now she don't have to work no more. 23 million. Shit. Listen, anything that she didn't have to earn, hey, was free money. But I look at Shannon Sharpe and go, that's just stupidity and lack of discipline. That's what that was. Stupidity and lack of discipline. Because my thing is, there are easier ways for you to get companionship without the drama. But he chose the drama. You know what I mean? He chose it. So obviously, that explains why he's not married. I said what I said. That explains why he's not married. Ain't too many, there are no good women that are going to be knocking down his door to marry him. Miss Netta is too messy. What Miss Netta do? Oh, you call Shannon Miss Netta. I just caught it because they do look like, listen, I've never seen them both in the same room. That's all I'll say to that. That's all I'll say to that. He not only does he need to stay away from young girls, he needs to stay away from women in which it's transactional. Except if you're dealing with a professional. You understand where I'm coming from? If you're not dealing with a professional, you need to stay away from transactional relationships with women. They are too risky and you have too much to lose to still be doing transactional relationships with women. It doesn't make any sense. If you want to just do transactions, you need to do it with professionals. That's why to me this doesn't make any damn sense. That's why it doesn't make any sense to me. It shows that lack of self-control. That's what it shows. Thank you. Look, like a stormy. Yeah. Look. But the ones that are professionals rarely say anything. Rarely. You know why? Because if they talk, they never work again. Because everybody else won't want to use the, interact with them. I'll say like that. So they're very mindful about running their mouth. If they run their mouth, it got to be a huge payday to do it because they already know I'm never going to work in this industry again because I talked. That's just like a cardinal rule. You just don't do that. Not if you're a professional. I may believe and live by a code of merit. Yeah, but that privilege, see, the thing is, that privilege only exists if you move with a purpose and not just impulsively. You have to be strategic. But he didn't move strategically. Hey, Kathy. He went according to his impulses and what stroked his ego. That's what that is. And what stroked his ego. And understand, this ain't going to be the last. Because, see, once you pay one, others going to come out the woodwork. Okay? Listen. He would have come off better, Marky, to get Sunshine. You understand? Because she just would have did her job. She not going to fall in love. She ain't going to try to, none of that. Long as you paying, and so ain't no problem. You don't have no issues. I love that shit. Hey, this is Richie. I ain't never coming home no more. See ya. That shit. I got a girl who is so good. If you threw it up in the air, it would turn into sunshine. Man, listen. Talk about dangerous. Dangerous. And you know the funniest part about all of it? Men would know that. Like you could tell men ahead of time and they would still accept the challenge and go down. Still. So don't tell me about who's tough and who can persevere and who has discipline. Don't tell me, man. Trust me. Because you know when men will go into it, there's some men will go into it going, I can change her though. She not gonna get me. She not gonna get me. I'm gonna be the one dude to show her. I'm gonna be the one dude to lay it on. Okay. All right, sir. All right. You'll be another dude in a line of other dudes paying her car note. Paying her mortgage. You'll be in the long line of giving up your check before you even get it. Stop it. Hell, quiet as kept. We've seen men give up far less and didn't even get sunshine. Only got rain clouds. Let's just keep it all the way a buck. Let's just keep it all the way a buck. Right, they fancy. You know, we've seen them sacrifice for a whole lot more to get a whole lot less. Whole lot less. But I thank you all for joining me today. I know we had a great time today. We got 29,000 likes. I appreciate that so much. I appreciate you being here with me tonight. So thank you so much. I really, really, really do appreciate it. I really, really do. I thank you so much for the shares today. I thank you so much for the gifts today. Make sure you check out the new episode of Straight No Chaser podcast, is where I talk about this episode that when it came out yesterday. I talk about influence and how so many people are addicted to influence, not just celebrities, but regular people, and how we got to get away from that. Because when you get addicted to the applause, when you don't know who you are without people applauding for you, that's a problem. You can't let other people define you. Not you. You need to define you, right? And you can't care if they accept you for you. But you have to define you. You can't let people do that, you know? So check that out. Plus, we have another episode of the Straight No Chaser podcast going to hit tomorrow, where I'm going to be talking about this whole, more stuff about this Epstein stuff and all this other stuff, and connecting more dots based upon some other stuff that I found. So we're going to have a great conversation. I thank you all so much for your stuff. Oh, and then the other one we're going to do is young people. How young people are suffering. Because I saw somebody mention that in here tonight. I already recorded that one too. About how hard it is for young people out here. How hard it is. How tough it is. And how older people didn't leave nothing for them. How nobody left, there was no foundation laid. And so now young people are just trying to figure it out and trying to just keep their head above water at this point. So check it out. Thank you all so much. I will see you tomorrow morning. I'll be on a little earlier than 9 because you know it's Friday. So you'll see me. I'll help you get ready for work tomorrow morning. I love you guys. Let me give you a shout out to my top 5 gifters because you know I do this every live. Number 1, beautiful storyteller. Thank you, beautiful. Number 2, beautiful living life. Number 3, beautiful my dog is Charlie. Number 4, beautiful JK. Number 5, beautiful BLR-licious. And a special shout out to number 6, beautiful Cassie B. Thank you all so much. I will see you tomorrow morning, and I want you to have a beautiful night tonight, right? But I'm going to tell you like I always tell you, don't let nobody live rent-free in your head. Don't feed any trolls, and you can accomplish anything you put your mind to as long as you stay consistent. Peace, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow morning.